economic warriors from all around the world. We're so excited to be here with you again today. You are watching the Coffee Shop Conversation Show for Entrepreneurs, where you get to connect with entrepreneurs from around the world, ask questions, and talk about entrepreneurial stuff. I'm Nastine.
And that would make me Peter.
And we're the co-founders of Explore Protech Entrepreneurial Haven. We bring to you every single week this 1 hour where you can connect with entrepreneurs from around the world. And it's like we go into a coffee shop together and you're with your very best friends in the whole world. It's a virtual coffee shop and we're just chatting and giving advice and sharing our experiences with entrepreneurs from around the world. On the screen right now, you'll see some of our tribe members and guests that we've invited to be here with us today. We're so excited. We have some beautiful, amazing, incredible human beings, entrepreneurs of note on this show today. So you can see it, right? You know, I don't have a poker face. Like, I'm so freaking excited. Okay, so just a rundown again of how this show is going to work. We're going to try and give everyone a chance to get excited and involved in this actual conversation. So what we will do is when someone on the screen has something that they want to add to the conversation, whether it be a comment, question, share your experience, ask advice on the topic that we're talking about, you literally go and they will put up their heart emoticons on the screen, like so, there. And we will see the hearts, and then we will cue the people into the conversation from there, and we'll just chat, share as much value as possible. Every time once someone has finished speaking, they will drop their name, their business name, and a short little blurb about what they do, very short. So they'll say, Chris Colby, live to dream, we sort out all of your marketing, something like that. And when they do that, you know that the people that you connect with on the show, you can actually go and connect with them by clicking on their LinkedIn links that are all linked in the description down below. So all you have to do to meet up with these amazing, amazing humans, if you resonate with what they're saying, is go open up the description on the YouTube video and click on their links, connect with them on LinkedIn. And that's just one more way that we're connecting entrepreneurs from around the world with each other. Only the best people, because remember, every single person on the show has been personally vetted by me or Peter or both of us.
And some guests.
Exactly.
And some guests. Awesome.
Okay, amazing. So guys, today our topic is productivity and motivation.
Oh, that leaves me out.
So we want to hear from you guys. What do you have to say about productivity and motivation for entrepreneurs? If you have something to say, please pop a heart up on the screen and let's get this conversation started. Productivity and motivation.
Oh, damn, we're starting with a big gun.
Mr. Levy, the best leadership coach in the world. Please open up the convo.
Now, if I forget, as usual, to say what I do, you've said it for me. No, you know, I think it's a very interesting topic, and there's just reading it quickly. There's a couple of things that come to mind. The first one is, as we always, I think all of us knows, to clearly understand why we're in business. I think that will actually direct you to both of those points. Productivity as opposed to being just busy, and also motivation. So what came up for me during COVID was actually the power of understanding why we're in business, because I took that, especially in the beginning of COVID when every business was closed, and I typed it into my phone, and every day I got up and I had a look at it and I thought, what are you going to do today to contribute to your purpose or your why? And it really worked. There were days when I didn't do anything, but there were it really helped me through that time, and then continued. So it became a really powerful tool in my arsenal of productivity. And I think we need to be really honest with ourselves, because another example I'll give you is my wife would come home and say, how was your day? And I said, it was really busy. And she said, that's fantastic. And I said, no, it wasn't, because it wasn't productive. There's a difference. So I think the why helps with that. In terms of motivation, our why also, because if your why is really strong and you really believe it and step into it and live it, that's what's going to get you out of bed in the morning. So read it every morning. If you're struggling to get out of bed, read your why. And get out of bed and do, even if you do one thing, just do it. You'll feel like you've accomplished something. But we also have to recognize that we are human. And being on the entrepreneurial journey is tough. It really is. I don't care how long you've been an entrepreneur, it's a tough journey. And we all faced with those challenges of this incredibly exciting but tough journey. And one of the big motivations, I think, that as entrepreneurs is sitting right in front of us on the screen here tonight. Explore Protech. The networking is powerful for motivation. I really love coming on a Monday night. I really look forward to it. Why? Because we're so bombarded with negativity everywhere we look. But you step into this zone, into this arena, and you hear people's stories and contributions, and it's filled with positivity. Even the struggles that they share, somebody will come in and give them some solution or give them some tips or advice. It's just an awesome space to be with all these people. And what a great way to start your week and motivate you. So yeah, I think network even more so is extremely powerful in motivation. That's Stephen from Dare to Be, who coaches leaders globally. I remembered.
Thank you so much, Stephen. And so powerful. I was actually thinking maybe that's what's missing. I think I need to put behind here our purpose and our why, maybe. I think that'll help a lot. Interestingly enough as well, so some people will say networking is one of the most efficient ways that you can, one of the most productive ways you can spend your time. I'm keen to hear from you guys as well, because a lot of the time when I talk to entrepreneurs on LinkedIn, they will say they don't have time for networking. It's a waste of time, why? Oh, my favorite is there's so many people out there that are like, when they see our Calendly link, they're like, will you use mine? Mine works in 15-minute increments. And we're like, yeah, we're going to say hello. And
that's it.
How are we supposed to build a relationship here? So I'm super keen to just hear your thoughts, guys, just share with us. I think next in the conversation, yeah.
I'm just going to be bold here, and I'm sorry because of the comment you made. Okay, those people that think networking is a waste of time are people that come into networking expecting to get business only. Okay. And if you are doing that, then yes, don't go to networking. It is a waste of time for you. And I know I'm going to probably get shouted down, but I believe that.
Thank you, Mr. Levy. We love you. That's awesome. Next up, let's move to one of our Thrive team members representing for Lifeforce.
I can never remember exactly where he is. 1 second he's in Canada, the next second he's somewhere else.
Where are you today,
Where are you today, Steve?
Yeah, so I'm I'm actually in Thailand right now. So for the next 3 weeks, and then we're on to Qatar.
Oh, wow.
So we're traveling, but I'm so excited to be here. It's 11 o'clock, 11:10 at night. And, Steve Levy, Coach Levy couldn't have said it any better. It's the entrepreneurial journey is tough. And with productivity and motivation. So this is a real tricky one, especially for entrepreneurs, I think. We've been in competition mindset, and along with my business and being part of the Lifeforce team, I'm also an Olympic gold medal coach. Competition mindset is something I know very well. Been coaching professional athletes for 32 years. And I spent most of my career, whether it's dealing with executives, entrepreneurs, organizations, athletes, in competition mindset. Not sustainable, doesn't support your health and sustainable wealth. But most of us, we're expert at it. We're expert at using scarcity, being perfectionists, and just driving ourselves into performance. And while we do that, the rest of our lives just they're in disarray and they decay. And so as far as productivity, if you want sustainable excellence, you got to do it in a sustainable way. And as far as motivation goes, you can motivate yourself through scarcity, pain, trying to avoid pain, which is what competition mindset is really. It's really about there's one prize, we have to fight for it and let the strongest survive. But growth mindset is about your own personal journey. It's about you being your best self, surrounding yourself with people like Explore Protech, like Coach Levy was saying, putting yourself in an environment and a mindset where you grow and you thrive. Now, the problem is because we know scarcity so much, once you take that perfectionism away, once you take scarcity away, we don't know what to replace it with because it gives us our edge. It drives us to achievement. But achievement without fulfillment is not only empty, you actually implode. And anybody who's been successful at a world-class level or for any length of time realizes they can't sustain the grind and have a healthy, happy life. They can't thrive. They might get achievement and high achievement, but it's unfulfilling and they implode. So I want to appeal to people with the motivation, really focus and learn how to have a growth mindset, not a scarcity competition mindset, where most of the time, because failure is part of competition, and when you're failing a lot, it's hard to be a healthy, happy, fulfilled person. But with a growth mindset, you're either learning or you're achieving your goals and you're driven by purpose. So you two know this, everybody on this call knows this, but we don't live it very well. So we're gonna be launching the Life Force branch, the pillar today. And I'm really looking forward to helping people and myself really get into this growth mindset instead of using perfectionism and scarcity and avoiding pain to drive us, because it's either killing us or it's killing our families, and eventually it's going to kill our performance in our business. So that's me, Steve Anderson Governmental Coaching and Life Force team with Explore Protech.
I feel like gold medal coaching for entrepreneurs need to be a thing, right?
We seem to be collecting them.
You just pull that off so well. Thank you so much, Steve. That was amazing. And I always get something new from just listening to you. So I will be participating in the 21-day challenge that you guys are launching today. I can't wait. I think Natasha's going to be there too. Yes, and Chris as well. Chris, can we put their link on the YouTube description if anyone wants to maybe still get in touch with them? That would be amazing. Yay! Okay, awesome. Cool.
I'm actually really enjoying the topic, and especially from the motivation perspective. And that's something that I actually battle with, motivation. I've learned some tough lessons, and what I've learned is that if you surround yourself with people that are negative, you're going to have a negative outcome. If you're surrounding yourself with the right people, and the trick is then, where do you find those people? Where do you find those people that not only can motivate you, but that maybe are wiser than you, or maybe have walked the road before, or can support your journey, or where do you find them?
On the screen.
Well, I mean that's the thing. So, if you're surrounded with the wrong people, expect the wrong results. If you're the kind of person that battles to motivate yourself, some people don't have a problem motivating themselves. They just open up their eyes, they smell coffee, and they're motivated. But yet others have the need, and I think it's a basic human element. We have the need to be surrounded by others and supported. It's a human need. Just be wise and smart about who you surround yourself with. There's a lot of people out there will be like, I'm going to 10x your business right now. Oh, great, I need to surround myself with this person. Be careful. Surround yourself with somebody that's walked the journey, not somebody that talks a talk, but somebody that actually has walked a road that you need to travel down. So just be smart about who you surround yourself with.
Oh yeah, that's a really hot tip. Productivity. Because you can work as hard as you want, and I've done this.
Coming up, productivity. There are so many smart people on the screen when it comes to productivity. Not only are they going to tell you how to be productive, but they can give you tools to work less, achieve more.
Yeah, they know what you're supposed to be doing.
That's kind of productive, right?
Very productive. Let's go to our other key success ingredient in our productivity and motivation journey. Chris, you make me so productive because you work while I'm not working. Thank you so much. The producer of our show, everybody. Chris, you had your heart up. What do you have to say about productivity and motivation?
So many things to say. I have all the things to say. Everybody is sharing some amazing insight. And on the one side, it's great. And the other side is well done for being here to go find out. Because at the end of the day, you've got to explore various different, see what I did there, explore. But anyway, explore various different things that actually work specifically for you. They're the basics. I think you need to be a part of a community that you can go to and reach out and say, today sucked. Today was a hard day as an entrepreneur. And you can have one of your fellow tribe mates or whoever's in your network who can say, I know, I'm there, I'm in the trenches, but today was a good day for me, and this is why. So that helps motivate you, and you can see the successes around you. You can also have the bad days where you hint, and then the likes of Mr. Stephen Levy jumps on a phone call and says, Chris, are you okay? And helps you, and that helps motivate you. So the part of that one is you don't have to be alone. Find your community, find your tribe, find where you fit in, and that makes a huge difference. On the other side, again, find the different things that make a difference. And sometimes it's also the small things, the absolute tiny little basic things that you do in your day. So the one is to look at your habits, which take a long time to change. I'm on a very difficult journey at the moment to change my daily routine and my habits that come with them, because that helps set your day and your mindset and your motivation and your productivity. I spent a lot of today doing lots of work and working very hard, but hardly working, because it was things that needed to be done and were the right things, but didn't actually put the cash flow in the pocket. So that's that. And the other one is small things. So, I set myself goals. For the next hour and a half, I'm going to work at full focus. But then at the end of it, I'm going to go play Counter-Strike for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, because that's what I need to relax, because just playing that, it takes my mind off what I'm doing. It completely distracts me and resets how I'm at, and it remotivates me. I had a conversation today with an entrepreneur who's hit a funk. And I said to them, well, what can you do that refuels you, that resets you, that's for you, that reconnects yourself with yourself, finds your focus? And they said, I don't know. I was like, don't you have any hobbies or something to do that you really enjoy and fun? And no. And then I posed them a challenge of, okay, so go do something, whether it's for 10 minutes or half an hour, that's completely 100% selfish. Only for you, by you, to you, for you, to help yourself. And the sad thing is, and I've been there, that's why I asked the question, they don't know. So it's part of that, taking a little step back and going, what is it that I need to reset to make myself okay? Because I promise you, I grew up in the generation, if you're not working, if you're not crafting, you're not making money, which is not true anymore. It's actually okay to take that break. Take those 10 minutes shooting people online in Counter-Strike and relaxing. Whatever it is that works for you, find that thing and use it as a good resetter, because that helps you get motivated and be more productive. Because I tell you what, that thing, that screen you've been staring at, and that email or that report or whatever you've been writing for the last hour and a half, you take that 15-minute break as a productive break, you come back and that report's done in 15 minutes. It really helps from that point of view. So my ideas and what really works for me is, don't do it alone. Be part of something that makes sense, and a group and a community that makes sense, that can help you and support you. And do the small little things, small changes of habit. Find that one thing that you can do for short periods, or sometimes you need to do it for a little bit longer. But those things that really reset you, help you refocus, and make you feel more human at the end of the day. Because that's what we are. We're just humans trying to do good in the world and business and stuff. It's hard. So give yourself a break, and it's okay to take that break. That's it for me, Chris Colby from Live to Dream. We reboot your marketing.
Oh, in other words, fix your marketing and stuff. Thank you, Chris. That was absolutely epic. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. And I thank you for Tamron Dix on the YouTube channel that also chimed in. So she's actually a burnout coach. Tamron, we love you. This topic is so relevant to you. So she says, agree with Stephen 100%. Networking is exceptionally powerful for helping us hang on to our motivation. It's so encouraging to mix with other business owners and realize that you are not alone, feeling just like you're battling with the same issues as you. And then we can help each other through them too. That's absolutely awesome. Thank you for highlighting that, Tamron. Okay, awesome. Next up, let's go to Natasha. I'm never sure if you're actually like just loving everyone or do you actually have something to say? Because I know you can talk to us from a creative perspective, right? So that would be absolutely amazing.
So first, hi everyone. I'm Natasha. I'm going to apologize for my vampire background at the moment, but our power went out halfway through coffee shop. Great. So I'm running on batteries. This topic is really important to me because sometimes I feel a little bit like the hairdresser with the bad hair. So I'll be fantastic at grabbing a phone and speaking to someone and getting them on the ball and inspiring them and throwing ideas at them. And then I put the phone down and I'm out and I'm like, procrastination station. And I think that's one of the things that networking has done for me is I'm able to then drop a WhatsApp and go, help get me out of this hole. And I think that's so important because even if you're somebody who jumps in, who is great at inspiring others, who's great at getting other people motivated, don't forget to kind of find people to help you, if that makes sense. So you can be the engine running at somebody going, get lit, wake up, but don't be scared to get somebody to run after you going, where's your candle? Light your candle. Come on, you can do this. And definitely, I think, Nestine, I'm also jumping in and putting the why up. I've got to do that. I haven't done that. It's one of those things that's on the list. Now we've started a whole nother topic when it comes to lists. So many people, and I'm one of them, like I'm the color-coded books and pens and notebooks and post-its. And I think it's important to realize that there is that big difference between productive and busy. I've had days where I've sat down and I'm exhausted and I've ticked so much stuff off my list. And then you look at it and you go, I've actually achieved nothing today. I've actually achieved lots of little ticks in a book. And that's kind of where it stopped. So one of my biggest tricks for that is, guys, realize you jot your list down, but go, I need to at least do this thing or these 3 things for today to have been a success. And I think that's really important. And if you don't know, if you're not sure, grab your phone, take a picture, send it to somebody and go, which one do you think would be best here? Help me out. And I think that's the biggest thing for motivation is just ask. Don't be scared to ask. And that's Natasha from Scribble Art, Art Craft and Therapy.
I think we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Natasha, what you do is what most people need to take a time out. Like when entrepreneurs get to that point where they're like, okay, I can't anymore, I need to focus on something else. Natasha's the one you should be talking to because, there's a lot to be said for doodling, and that's a whole different conversation.
Natasha!
Vision boards. Which topic do you want to start on? I can go all day.
How about you and Ziza team up and you create the Creativepreneurs Network for Explore Protech, and then you guys just create things like that we can join and like chill out.
She's going to write it down and put on it.
It's going in the book.
Yes, it's going in the book.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective, Natasha. That was amazing. Let's move on to some vibrational healing. Camelia, can't wait to hear from your side. Motivational productivity, what's your take?
Hello from Canada. I'm actually having coffee. It is still morning here. Oh my goodness, so many fabulous ideas and thoughts. For me, motivation is really having, I can't remember who said it, somebody said habits, but it's routines that I do. So I'm very excited every morning when I jump out of bed because I have a few little routines I do first thing in the morning, which is just to be with me and kind of ease into the day. I actually get up a whole hour early just so that I can do that. I'm very fortunate. My husband's a night owl, so he's not around in the morning. He's sleeping. Today, I even got up at a whole hour earlier so that I could do my little routine and my habit, which really helps me motivate. It grounds me and it energetically balances me. Those are the things that I do so that I'm ready for the day. Let's see, purpose. Oh, purpose, I believe, is so important to know what your purpose is, first of all, and then work towards that. Your question about networking, Nistine, I have built my business. My business is 7.5 years young, I'll say, not old. So about 7.5 years ago, I started my business, and I have built my business on networking. I think what people have to remember, though, is it's not just networking like we're doing today or showing up at an event. Actually, Canada's starting to lessen our in-person. So I actually got to go to a networking event last week in person, which was really exciting. But it's not just showing up to those, it's actually the follow-up that's really important. So I will be contacting, well, Steve Levy and I already have booked time this week, so we'll be doing that. But and Chris and I chatted last week, so I think that's what's really important, is to do the follow-up and find out. That's where the networking piece really comes in. So I think that's all I have to say for now.
Thank you so much, Parmelia. And that is Parmelia Parham from Vibrational Healing.
Yes, and I assist my clients in releasing those unprocessed negative or trapped emotions in their subconscious for their better health.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Absolutely love everything that you've said.
Actually, I think she just hit a key point, the follow-up. Do we know how unproductive we become when we don't follow up?
Yes, we do, because we specialize in that.
I know.
That's why we have VAs.
Wow. I was just thinking about, I mean, the amount of business that we lose, or the amount of connections that we lose, or potential business that we lose because we just don't follow up. And it really is simple. It doesn't even take that long, and it's existing business. It's an existing relationship that you've already nurtured, and we don't follow up.
That is like, don't do that. We've done that too many times.
No.
So, do you know where you can go to find more virtual assistants and people that can help you with follow up?
Oh, I wonder.
I know.
Natalie, looking at you.
We just need to unmute.
I did, yeah. I'm so enthralled. I'm so taken in by all of what you've got to say. So am I supposed to contribute towards the productivity and the motivational stuff? I'm not too sure on that, because I'm kind of running on, my cup is empty at the moment. But so, and I'm listening to all of you, and I nod my head, and I think as entrepreneurs, we all know what we're supposed to be doing, but and a lot of us give each other advice on all those right things as well. But as the minute we put down the phone or end that Zoom call, it's back to the grind again. So yeah, I have to be perfectly honest, and I said this to Nistine and Peter the other day, I'm unfortunately one of those that are working 7 days a week at the moment. But hopefully that'll change. I have a meeting with Steve on Friday, so hopefully that will change. Yeah, a lot of things, just listening to all of you, a lot of things that I can just say with, I think I'm just trying to look at the names again. Where's the lady that did the scribbling? What was her name? Natasha.
Natasha.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she spoke about stuff, exactly that. It's kind of once you've given advice and you put the phone down, you're back to doing your old habits and your old stuff, and it's just changing that to make yourself more productive. I think also what's happened, though, I speak for myself, this whole COVID thing, and I dread even bringing it up because we're all tired of hearing it, but it became, although everything else still functioned normally in the house, I did find that, you kind of fell out of bed, had the cup of coffee, and then went straight to your laptop. And before you know, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't brushed your teeth yet. And that's just because you're just so busy and you're working for yourself and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's just to get the balance right as an entrepreneur, and not just feeding it all into what you all said is like we're doing so much stuff and not really getting a lot out of it. I had this discussion at length with Nastine and Peter the other day, like social media has gone to for a ball of chalk at the moment in my world because it doesn't bring in the cash right now. And it's exactly what somebody said. I think Chris spoke about it earlier on. Chris spoke about it earlier on, is like, really busy with a lot of stuff today, but didn't bring a lot of money in today, kind of stuff. So kind of getting that balance right, and it's just to get that right. So kind of that's where I am. And just in a nutshell, yeah, I run the Virtual Assistant Business Club. I'm obviously an executive PA that I've 35 years under my belt, and I've gone the virtual route. Also just started 2 years ago, and I started a networking group for many reasons. And one was to find clients for myself. And then I just had this light bulb moment one day and thought, I'm doing this. Let me give back as well. Having come back having been out of the country for so long. And also coming home to what we essentially have is a 44% unemployment rate in South Africa. So that kind of was it for me in a nutshell. But yeah, so that's me, what I have to say. I don't know if that adds any value, but just saying how it is for me as an entrepreneur at the moment.
You know what, that actually adds a lot of value. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you why. Because there are thousands and thousands of people that experience exactly the same thing. See, it's just the point. Nobody's actually got it all together. We don't. But then when you take all those people that kind of don't have it together, they've all got different skill sets, and then you just put them into the same space. Now they can not only serve themselves, but they can serve each other. It becomes this space that becomes quite powerful. And I think that's what we're aiming for when we look at networking. We're aiming for that space where we have people that are like-minded, that can really build relationships, that have this sense of, which reminds me, I was going to brush my teeth. But the reality is that, and I think Stephen hit it on the head first, where he was like, this is a lonely journey, but at the same time, we don't have to do it on our own. Sometimes we view networking people as the people we network with. But you keep them separate, whereas pull them in, make them part of what you do, make them part of your process. Even if you include them in your process, make them part of what you do, how you do it, who you talk to, where you get your inspiration from. Make them part of it. And the more you do that, the easier it gets. But you're not the only one in that position. There are so many people. There's so many people.
I know. It's just funny enough, after us meeting the other day, and I actually started to do exactly our discussion about leaning on others, because it just depends on the type of personality you are. And of course, I said to you, my networking meeting is smack bang in the middle of the week, and it's the highlights of my week. I get so energized out of it. It just like keeps me going for the next week. But on the other side, or the flip coin side of it, is that I haven't leaned on anybody in the group, you know what I'm saying? And to so I get the kicks out of like getting everybody else connected, and I hear all the vibe and everybody's connecting afterwards, and it's just so cool, such a South African word, but it's just awesome. But then on the flip side, to have it come the other way, so that your cup is full as well. So after our meeting the other day, I've kind of started to do that. So yeah, so it's all win-win. Slowly.
Amazing, guys. Natalie is being very modest.
Oh,
After our meeting with her, she promptly turned around and introduced us to about 15 different business networking organizations from the UK, Australia, and the US. We've never seen anything like it. So, Jenny, if there's anyone you want to meet up, it's Natalie over there.
Wow, I'm so chuffed. Thank you. It's so nice to hear.
One of the most connected human beings on this planet. She's really amazing, guys. So go and check out her networking, Pomegranate Business Networking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or just connect with it. Remember, links
Link is in the description.
Links. Also, where you can get more virtual assistance, if that is what you're needing for your productivity, is from a beautiful two people called Janine Lingenfelder and Somerville Lombard, running the Explore Van Network, Virtual Assistant Network. So definitely go and check that out as well. And Janine is actually online. She's saying, so very true, Pamelia. Follow-up is a true vital part of the relationship journey with others. That's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
We also had Christine, we missed you. When are you coming back to the coffee shop? Christine says, knowing what to prioritize is a mystery to most business owners. This is one of the key areas I help clients with and makes the biggest impact.
Oh, actually spoke about this earlier. We were talking to a gentleman and I was trying to explain Christine Campbell and then this phrase came to mind. It was like, where every man fears to tread, we send Christine Campbell.
We love you, Christine. Okay, on that note, let's move on to one of our absolutely new, amazing human beings. Everyone loves this person. I'm so keen to hear what you have to say about motivation and productivity. Jenny, co-founder of Event Raptor. What an awesome pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. Oh, what do I have to say about it? Well, actually, I think that people are quite tough on themselves. I think that we often hear people talking about big, lofty goals and things we need to achieve. And we end up going to Facebook groups where people are going to take you from 0 to 10K in 10 seconds. And we all get very overwhelmed by people that look like they're more productive than us. And for me, it's all about momentum. I think it's really important to celebrate the small things that we do. Which we often don't. You know, we managed to get that email out the door, then we should be pleased with ourselves that we did that, and that the momentum is everything. And actually, for me, as somebody who is kind of all over the place quite often, I use something called Pomodoro technique, which is where you set your alarm for a certain amount of time. And so say, for example, for me, it can be 20 minutes to do something, and then I will take a 10-minute break, whatever that may be, and then I will go back. So in that time, I've got my alarm going and I'm focused on getting those emails out the door, or the LinkedIn, or whatever it is that I may be doing. And I don't, until that alarm goes off, that's what I'm doing. And, you know, for somebody, if somebody is struggling in terms of being able to concentrate, that can feel like the longest 20 minutes in the world. But as you know, with any habit, of course, you know, we know that, what's the book called now? I can't remember what it's got. It'll come to me in a minute. All about habits, you know, how we build habits, 21 days to build a habit. James Clear, Atomic Habits. There we go. That's a really good book. That first 20 minutes it'll feel like forever. And then suddenly you'll get to that point where the alarm goes off and you're really in the zone and you've been able to concentrate and get some stuff out the door. And before you know it, you can extend that time or adjust it accordingly. So as I say, I do think that we're often very hard on ourselves in terms of, you know, getting intimidated by people that seem to always get stuff done. You know, you be in your own lane and do what works for you, because what works for somebody else doesn't necessarily work for you. And we wish them well, but let's figure out what works best for us. And as you were mentioning in the chat, Nastine, you know, Event Raptor was actually founded to simplify running online events so that you're not spending time doing things where you've got an automated system that can do something. You know, we always say with event organizers that we want them to show up to their events and enjoy their events. It's a bit like weddings, you know, when you prepare a wedding or you get ready for a wedding and the day goes by in a blur because you've just all those things you've had to do. You know, we created Event Raptor to automate so many things so that when people get to running their event, they're not frazzled and worn out by the time they run it. They're actually, you know, here we are, here are the people, and let's jolly well enjoy the event. So, you know, figure out what works for you. And yeah, it's pretty much my thoughts.
I like that.
Jane is also being modest because you had someone, like you helped one networking owner reduce their hours that it took to organize a summit or something from like 5 million hours to 10, something like that, right?
We had one of our clients in Canada was running a giveaway, and previously he'd spent over 150 hours organizing all the moving parts, and the last time he did it, it took him 10 hours. So that's a saving of 140 hours. But, you know, again, you know, we've spoken about networking. I've been in networking for over 20 years now. So the foundations of networking are still the same. It is about being part of a community, building the know, like, and trust, and follow-ups and having conversations with people. And it's not just the people in the room, it's the people who know the people who know the people who know the people. And ask, be specific. There's another word I can send out: specificity. Specificity is such a hard word to say, but actually the more specific you are, the more laser focused you are on what you're asking, the better you're going to get the feedback that you need. And, you know, for example, with Natalie and her VA work, for example, there's no use saying, oh, I need a VA. Have a conversation. What do you need them to do? What the specificity is, what exactly do you need? So that when you're thinking of somebody and connecting people, it's about connecting to people that pretty much are, you know, as compatible as you can make them. You know, obviously the final conversation is with them, but none of us want to waste somebody's time sending somebody that we think might be able to do. I don't know. I think my sister's next door neighbor's boyfriend could do that for you. I'll put you in touch. Listen, go to networking meetings, show up consistently, listen to what people do, write notes. It's old school, but, you know, pencil and paper or your iPad or whatever, so that you know when you're thinking about your fellow networker and you're sending somebody their way, that you're sending somebody for them to have a good conversation. If it's not a good fit, then you've sent two good people somewhere and they are on each other's radar from there on in.
Love that. Thank you so much, Janie.
Welcome.
What an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. And we had some awesome comments coming in while you were chatting. So Natasha says, I had a friend who would actually high five herself and do a little dance every time she ticked something off of her list. It was so fun to see. That is so cool. That is literally something I would do. That's so fun. And then Christine says, having a not to-do list is a game changer. Stop doing stuff that you feel you should, but that doesn't actually add value towards hitting your goals. I love that. I feel like I should put my emails on the not to-do list.
Yeah, I think with that whole system of setting the alarm clock and focusing on something for 20 minutes, for me, after 5 minutes, I would think the alarm clock's broken. I would have already taken it apart, and they would come back and I'd be concentrating on fixing the alarm clock. And I would have forgotten what I was doing in the first place.
Don't lie.
Wait.
You won't even wake up if there's no alarm clock. Stop lying.
But also it's about creating the environment. So, for example, if I'm going to be writing some emails or whatever, and I've set the clock, I've also got music on that is not going to distract me. If I put music on, I love music and I always work with music. If I put music on that's got words I like or a beat I like, I'm not in the zone. So, for example, I listen to classical music because that's it's the anchoring thing. That's my writing music. That's my 20 minutes of concentrating music. So I'm giving myself the best chance of being able to be laser focused in that 20 minutes and, you know, be able and be productive. And that's literally what I've done today. I've got an awful lot of stuff done simply because I put myself in the right frame, so to speak.
I can actually see how that would be very productive.
Definitely. You know what we should actually do? Let's make a playlist for our entrepreneurs with all your favorite productivity songs. I mean, Chris, you don't really have too much to do, right? Can we make a playlist for our entrepreneurs?
Yeah, for sure. Also, Megan's really into it, so we'll just drag her in as well. She's nice and quiet.
Yes. We'll drag Megan into it.
Because we already got on here, we have got Queen, Under Pressure, Sandman. So if you've got a favorite song that really gets you going in terms of productivity, please go to the YouTube channel on the video, because that's where this lives forever. Put your song name in there.
We're going to have to put Monday from Imagine Dragons on there.
Monday from Imagine Dragons will be in there. And we will make sure that we make you guys the most epic productivity playlist for entrepreneurs that you've ever seen. Okay?
Just don't get distracted by the music.
So whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Zoom right now, go to the YouTube channel, and whenever you have a chance, just pop your song in there, and we promise we'll make you that playlist. Thank you so much, Chris. You're amazing. Thank you, Megan, for volunteering, because Chris volunteered you to participate. We love you so much. Guys, we have time for one more comment from one of you who wants to maybe give us a wrap up on the session, something profound, insightful, random. Heart up on the screen if you want to have a go at it.
Ooh. Let's just read that.
Crystal Snyder, okay, says, wait, where's the heart? Rachel's going to be the wrap-up. Okay.
Awesome.
Crystal says, I try not to multitask and prioritize my most critical task and develop a routine. Remember, my job is to help people. I make a hobby out of what I do. Challenge myself, try to be better tomorrow than I am today. I only compete with myself. Oh, that is so beautiful, Crystal. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, that is stunning. Guys, Crystal also helps people with LinkedIn lead generation and a couple of other types of virtual assistant type jobs, right, Crystal? So her LinkedIn link will definitely also be down in the description below if you want to connect with her.
That part, the only person she competes with is herself.
Love that.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. Let's go to Rachel. Rachel?
Yeah, so going back to what one of the others mentioned about being so hard on ourselves as entrepreneurs, one of the biggest things I think that can go a long way to increasing your productivity is don't feel guilty for taking time off from work, because I feel this all the time. As a small business owner trying to grow, I have tons of work, and every time that I take a small break, I think, what are you doing? You need to go back and do work. But if you're constantly driving yourself into the ground, your productivity levels just go down the drain. Whereas if you take those breaks, even if it's just 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, go for a short shopping trip, whatever it is, don't feel guilty about that, because that re-energizes you and gives you the motivation you need to keep going and become better.
Love that.
100%.
Thank you so much for sharing, Rachel. And that's Rachel Williams from?
Written with Design, Next Level Copywriting and Websites.
Epic. Love that. Amazing. Okay, and Nikki van der Walt says, let's get down to business. Tiesto, I think.
Oh, yes.
Tiesto, it's a famous DJ.
He's...
Thank you, Chris. Guys, remember to put your songs for productivity for entrepreneurs on the YouTube channel. Remember to go and connect with all the beautiful, beautiful people that you've seen in this actual session. Oh, Crystal was just saying, yeah, virtual assistant specializing in cold calling and appointment setting. I mean, like, Janine, you have to have a meeting. Like, seriously, this is going to be amazing. Thank you so much for everyone that participated in this call. Thank you for everyone supporting us live on Facebook or YouTube. We absolutely adore you. Remember to put your songs on the YouTube list. Remember to go and connect with all the beautiful people that you see on the screen. Everyone that has given you their best value.
And as we said before, their links will be in the description. But the point is that we're doing this so that you don't have to. Literally, there are so many questions that entrepreneurs have and so many answers that are necessary. And we will bring the people together that have the answers, and you can just reach out directly. It just makes life so much easier.
How's that for productivity?
Mhm.
We love you guys so much. Remember, we do this every single week. Please come back for more. Let us know also in the comments if you have any questions or topics you want us to tackle going forward. We'd love to help.
Let us know.
And if you have anyone that you think should be on the show, tag them in the description or in the comments or somewhere. Let us know and we'll bring them on. Like, let's share this opportunity. Remember, our whole goal with this is to save the global economy one small business at a time. So this is the way we do. May you have an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful day further. If you're on Zoom, you don't need to leave. We have backstage parties. But if you're on Facebook or YouTube, we love you and we will see you next week. May all your wildest entrepreneurial dreams